Well, hello YouTube, it's me, Fortmaster, and welcome back to another film theory reaction. And man, a lot of Minecraft movie videos this week. I guess, you know, Minecraft. But, yeah, so this is why the Chicken Jockey is actually the GOAT. I mean, in game, it's because, you know, it's a very annoying, you know, creature or enemy that's very fast, very small, very hard-hitting, very annoying to hit because it's so small and it attacks a lot and very quickly. I mean, I've seen the memes. I haven't seen the full movie yet. I've seen a lot of clips, and my brother has been trying to convince me to go, and I think he's almost there to getting me to go with him to the movie theater to see the Minecraft movie. Again, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, I mean, with the Minecraft movie, at least everything I've seen, I swear the vast majority of, like, why this movie is so cringeworthy is because of Jack Black, and it's not because, oh, Jack Black being Jack Black or anything, it's because, like, the writing in the movie just has him being such a weird individual, just screaming out Minecraft things, being like, oh, hey, see, Minecraft thing, while in universe, he's just saying these weird, innocuous things in a really weird voice to these random people he's just met. Clinton Steele. Oh my god. Honestly, again, just this title alone, what is this video going to be about? I am so, well, I'm both curious and concerned. So, yeah, I should probably get this thing started then, shouldn't I? So, yeah, of course, as always, original videos linked in the description. If you haven't seen it yet for some reason, go on our video, lead to my game theory reaction. And if you like this video or any other video that I make, I'd very much appreciate it if you gave the video a like and subscribe to my channel, because my main goal for this year is to hopefully hit 5,000 subscribers, and I'm just under 700 subscribers short of actually hitting that, so it's doable. So, yeah, with all that out of the way, let's get this thing started then, shall we?
Hello, Internet! Welcome to Film Theory, the show that always carries flint and steel. So, the time has come. A Minecraft movie is finally out, and people are going crazy for it. For real, this movie opened up to almost $300 million in its first weekend, and was the biggest box office opening of the year so far. Even bigger than the Barbie movie was a couple years back. This apparently came as a surprise to a bunch of the film industry, which, I gotta say, really? A movie based on one of the most important and highest-selling video games ever that has been a key part to multiple generations of childhoods did well? Color me shocked, loyal theorists, just shocked.
I mean, even if, you know, the movie itself was kind of handled kind of poorly and is kind of cringeworthy in a fair number of places, I mean, you're shocked that it did this well?
Being real though, this movie is absolutely benefiting from its place in the meme economy, because its stonks are just going up, up, up. We had Herobrine, Lava Chicken, Flint and Steel, a Big Chungus, Unaliving, and of course,
Chicken Jockey.
Just invest now, friends, invest now. Tom and I actually went to see this together to maximize our theorist potential, and honestly, I had a much better time than I expected to. The movie wasn't made for me, and it was still fun, and the kids in my theater were just going insane at everything, and I just love seeing a new generation of moviegoers experiencing something like this in a theater again. That is what really matters. I honestly think that the cast knew that the script was, well, it sure was, and that they needed to ham it up to have some fun. Well, at least Jack Black and Jason Momoa did, and I think it worked. Also have to have a laugh at Jack Black just announcing all of the Minecraft ideas and items as if they were real lines, and the way he said epic loot in the movie just sounded weird, right? I'm not alone there. Like, he didn't really understand English and just kind of learned that line by ear. It's weird stuff, but like I said, fun. And also,
I mean, if you look in, like, movie making history, there have been a couple of times where you've had actors play movies in languages that they didn't actually understand the language of, and so they learned their lines phonetically and just said them without actually knowing what they were talking about.
That Technoblade cameo just genuinely peak cinema. What a legend. Rest in peace, my guy. Now, sadly, I will say I was expecting a little...
Again, love the cameo. Very weird in context, because, like, again, the characters in the movie, they ask, oh, who's that? It's like, it's a legend. And then he just doesn't talk about it anymore at all.
bit more when it came to theory material. Like, don't get me wrong, there was a ton in the movie. It felt great to actually have a few of our predictions that the Orb of Dominance was going to play a key role and that Jack Black was going to have a bit of a redemption arc actually pan out. But I didn't come out of the theater with just one big idea for a theory. Instead, I came out with a bunch of smaller ideas, and I'll be revisiting this for a full theory idea when it's on home video later this year, don't you worry. But for now, here are 3 more Minecraft movie mini-theories for your enjoyment.
Man, so many Minecraft mini-theories. Like, of course they did the multiple mini-theories before. Then they had that one-off mini video that I was kind of confused why they made it. And then the game theory that came out today also was 3 mini-theories, and then we have 3 mini-theories here. Like, there are just so many!
Put on your diamond armor, friends, as we dig into the memes and the lore. Mini-theory number 1, the Chicken Jockey is worth the hype. So probably the biggest meme to come out of this movie has been this little guy right here, the Chicken Jockey. Fans have latched onto this moment and gone crazy in the theaters when it comes up, making a ton of noise and throwing popcorn and soda everywhere. Enough so that the viral trend has resulted in theaters kicking people out of showings and even calling the police. Which, guys, please calm down. Those poor theater workers have to clean up after you, and there are better ways to show your excitement. Just cheer at the screen. That's what normal people do. We're better than this, guys. Come on. But let me...
You say that, but after all this time, you like experiencing things on the internet and, doing things in the world, honestly, some people aren't. They just aren't, unfortunately.
Tell ya, this little guy right here is absolutely worth this hype because he's a way stronger mob than I think everyone is giving him credit for. And I mean that both in the context of the movie and the game. Like, seriously, when you actually sit down and think about this guy, he's probably way more powerful than you think. How so? Well, first off, I don't know about you, but the jockey part of this chicken jockey behaves way differently in the movie than a normal zombie from either the game or the film. Yeah, did you guys notice that? Though all the other zombies in the movie seem mindless, slowly lumbering towards our heroes in a mildly threatening way. I mean, there's straight up a scene where Natalie and Dawn are calmly having a conversation while just slowly walking away from one. And the baby zombie...
I mean, honestly, we need more scenes like that in actual zombie movies. I mean, just casually walking ahead of a giant horde that could rip you apart at any moment, but because you're a living human being and they're a shambling corpse, you're just that much faster than them.
Zombies that the chicken jockey's based on in the game are quick, but likewise mindless. So this chicken jockey, he's built a little different. It is big, full human eyes, it makes baby sounds, it's freaking intelligent and uses tactics and strategy in its fight. Yeah, multiple times in this fight, it tries to trick Garrett. It starts to cry, causing Garrett to let his guard down so it can attack him again. And not only that, but it seems to also understand the rules of this game that the Illagers are forcing Garrett and Steve to play. When the chicken jockey is thrown out of the ring, it cries because it knows it's lost the match and doesn't jump back in to attack. If this were like one of the other zombies in the movie or a baby zombie from the game, it'd hop right back in and try to get another bite of the garbage man. Now, this raises a lot of questions that we don't have answers for. How was this little baby zombie so much more intelligent than the others? Was it like a baby that turned into a zombie and retained its brain power somehow? Or are...
Well, which is a weird statement to say because babies don't have a lot of brain power to begin with.
These zombies like their own species that start off smart and get dumber as they age. It's strange, but the thing I can confidently say, this specific chicken jockey zombie is smart and very dangerous. And it's not even the only thing making this mob super powerful. It might have another secret weapon that all of us are underestimating, the chicken. Yes, the chicken.
Of course.
Now, that might sound like a bit of a joke, and I get it. Like, really? A chicken is gonna make this thing even more powerful? But just think about where else we see chickens in this film.
You ever wonder what happens when you mix hot lava and chicken?
Yeah, when Steve is showing the group the village he helped build, he presents a contraption that pours lava onto a chicken, resulting in a perfectly cooked, full chicken. My first thought after seeing this was, wait, is Jack Black really singing right now? Like, for real? My second thought after seeing this was that this was really cool. This is exactly the sort of things that players have created in the game for years. And the third thing I thought was, wait, isn't lava like really, really hot? Like burn you to ash and melt your bones hot? How heckin' strong is this chicken that all that happens is that it just becomes perfectly cooked?
Granted, I mean, I'm saying this as somebody who hasn't seen the movie yet, but I mean, it could have been like he closes it and then it's just the ambient heat of the lava while it was really close that cooked it. I mean, then again, these are, Minecraft logic here, so it might be, again, even if it is cubic, that is a very good looking chicken.
The temperature of molten lava ranges a bit, from about 700 to 1200 degrees Celsius. That's an insane 1300 to 2200 degrees Fahrenheit.
You know, that specifically reminds me of that one meme like years ago where it's like, oh, it says if I have to bake these cookies at like 400 degrees Fahrenheit for 10 minutes, if I cook them at 1,000 degrees, they'll be done in 2 minutes. And it's like, no, that's not how that works. Heat transfer is a thing.
Coming into close contact with something that hot for longer than just a moment or two could result in a lot of very bad, very painful things. The vaporization of all the water within the chicken's body, basically turning it all into steam, followed by the proteins within the chicken's muscles and skin denaturing. That basically means that the proteins all die and can start at temperatures as low as 140 degrees Fahrenheit, way
the
lower
chicken's
than the
already
temperature
dead,
of the
so
lava.
does it really matter if the proteins are dead as well?
More organic matter like the fat inside of our animal bodies would ignite at 570 degrees Fahrenheit, around 300 Celsius, resulting in combustion. And at higher temperatures, above 750 degrees Fahrenheit or 400 Celsius, the proteins in our bones would undergo carbonization, which would leave behind nothing but an ash-like residue. Like, just to put things into perspective, to cook a chicken to perfection, according to the USDA, the internal temperature of the bird needs to reach 165 degrees Fahrenheit or about 74 degrees Celsius. And to get that crispy golden texture on the skin, it would take 45 minutes to 1.5 hours at 425 degrees Fahrenheit, 218 Celsius. Because this chicken is put directly into this lava, basically completely submerged in it for the 35 seconds it takes Jack Black to do his little song and dance, well, I couldn't find exactly what would happen in my research. As it turns out, not a lot of people are running experiments that involve dipping a chicken completely in lava. It's less likely that it would come out a perfectly cooked chicken that's a bit too hot to eat right away.
And yeah, and again, in real life, you'd have to deal with basically just having a lump of carbon come out. Though at the same time, you're saying that, oh, the Minecraft chicken is special. You're forgetting that this is also, Minecraft lava is also just weird in general as well.
And more likely that it would be completely ruined, blackened, and ashy all over if it had any structure at all anymore. All of that's to say, while these Minecraft chickens aren't invincible or anything like that, they are built different and way stronger than you might think. So with all of that in mind, just think about this chicken jockey. The baby zombie itself seems more sentient than other similar mobs, and the chicken is stronger than any normal chicken we'd see here in the real world. This little monster is a menace and is absolutely worth the hype that everyone's been giving it in the theaters. Mini theory number 2, the team's secret superpowers. So in our previous video explaining how real-world science would not let you do the water bucket trick, I mentioned that I wanted to do a video going over all the ways these characters probably should die in this movie. But as I watched, I realized that it wasn't really gonna be that interesting. Why? Well, because the logic in this film and how it treats damage and death, even for a Minecraft movie, is weird to say the least, and the reason why was way more interesting to me. Characters get hit and hurt all the time in this movie. Henry almost gets—
God, I completely forgot about the villager going into the real world. Oh no.
his soul eaten by an Enderman, Steve gets hit in the head with the bucket nunchucks, and the garbage man, oh dude, he gets beat up the most. He falls down a mine shaft at the beginning of the movie, is attacked by the chicken jockey multiple times, and is hit by all of the booby traps in the mine. And in his first night in the overworld, my man is straight up next to a creeper when it explodes. So in game, this situation right here would instantly kill you if you weren't wearing any armor. A creeper explosion deals 21.5 hearts worth of damage, way more than the max player health of 10 hearts. And even if we consider Garrett's leather jacket as a leather tunic, that only adds 2 hearts on top of those 10. Way less than the 21 plus a creeper could deal. Garrett should be dead here even before the movie gets started. And what's more, that's not even the only potentially fatal damage that Garrett has taken throughout the film. That big scene in Act 2 where the garbage man redeems himself, seemingly sacrificing himself on the bridge full of piglins so that Steve and Henry can escape, would have as well. Several TNT blocks explode right here next to him and would have dealt way more than enough damage to kill him. Not to mention the fact that Garrett then fell off the bridge and had to use the water bucket trick again to survive. So
Again, Minecraft water is not the same.
Things up here. Despite the movie's reverence for Minecraft and its items and rules, these human characters seem to be breaking them. Is that because this was a kid's movie and they wanted to have some physical slapstick humor for Jack Black and Jason Momoa to have some fun?
Yes, very much so, yes.
Silly noises as their stunt doubles get thrown around. I mean, yes, absolutely, that's 100% what happened. But we can look at other weird little aspects about the film that can give us a bit of a different explanation here, and it all points to one thing. These humans here in the overworld, yeah, they're immortal because they're in creative mode. So if you don't know, creative mode is one of the main ways to play Minecraft. It basically takes all of the survival parts of the game and removes them.
In creative mode. Okay. Well, okay. Well, I mean, given that they're able to just summon, given that they're able to actually, do, the regular things in Minecraft, like breaking blocks and placing them back down again, they don't seem to exhibit the ability of, being able to fly or being able to summon any building material in the universe. So, yeah, this is definitely a weird one.
Allowing players to create anything that they can come up with. Sounds a little bit similar to how Steve describes the overworld, doesn't it?
A wonderland where anything you can imagine is possible, as long as what you imagine can be built out of blocks.
Players are basically immortal in creative mode, which would explain why Garrett and the others could take so much damage and not be that worse for wear. And that's not even the only thing in this movie that points towards this fact. Like, this is admittedly a pretty small detail, but did you notice how none of the characters talk about hunger or eating at all in the movie? Sure, Garrett takes one bite of the lava chicken before wussing out, but otherwise, it's not brought up at all. Hunger and the hunger meter are huge parts of Minecraft in survival mode.
Oh, okay, actually, again, so thinking about it, how long do they actually spend in, the Minecraft world? Because I know, even from what I've seen, in the Minecraft world, the day and night cycle is a lot quicker than in normal life. So maybe it's quite literally just, through all the excitement and the adrenaline and stuff like that, they don't feel hunger because they don't have time to think about it.
If your hunger goes all the way down, you start losing health and will eventually die. Steve clearly knows his way around Minecraft and the rules of the overworld, and isn't shy about explaining literally everything, so you think it would come up, right? And another much bigger thing pointing towards creative mode? Well, in creative mode, you basically have unlimited building blocks. In regular Minecraft, if you break a block like wood, you will pick up only one of those blocks that you can then place down. Sure, you can use a crafting table to turn it into more blocks of a slightly different type, but if you want to just place down exactly the thing that you picked up, the one block is all you get. But in creative mode, if you have that one block, as long as it's in your inventory and on your toolbar, you can basically use it an infinite amount of times. This lines up perfectly with what we see in the movie, specifically in the scene where Henry and the others have first entered the overworld and night has fallen. If you don't remember, while the group is running away from attacking zombies and skeletons, Henry accidentally runs into a tree and breaks a couple of blocks. He then grabs those blocks and proceeds to build a fairly large shelter for the group to run away from the attacking undead. Now, your first thought here might be that Henry just mines some more trees off screen, but given the size of the shelter that we see, my man basically would have had to clear a substantial part of the forest around them to make that happen, which we see is not the case. Instead, it really seems like he just grabbed a couple of blocks and then went ham, using them over and over and over again, almost like he was in creative mode. And if this is the case, these characters were never in any real danger at all. Sure, they get tossed around and hit and are put into seemingly life-threatening situations, but no matter what, they would have been fine. That's why they never died despite taking so much damage, why we never see them get hungry, why they can seemingly build giant structures from just a few blocks. And honestly, they really should have tried double jumping. Would have made the movie way easier if they knew they could fly. Mini theory number 3, Jack Black's Lost Adventure. Okay, so hear me out.
I'm sorry,
there's
what?
Something about the stories Steve tells here in a Minecraft movie that just doesn't line up. Maybe, sure, it could be a mistake by the filmmakers, but to be honest, they did put a lot of thought into this film and how it used Minecraft's items and iconography. I'm not so sure it is a mistake, and instead, I think it's teasing a future spin-off story. But what is it? Well, during the film's opening monologue introducing Steve and the overworld and all that jazz, we see Steve supposedly going to the Nether for the very first time. It's here where he's captured captured by Malegosia and the Piglins, who want the Orb of Dominance so they can take over the overworld. Thankfully, Steve manages to pass the orb off to his wolf companion Dennis, who brings it through the overworld and back into the real world for safekeeping. Steve is then sadly left behind as a prisoner of the Piglins, where he stays until the other main characters enter the overworld and the rest of the plot happens. All in all, this is a fine setup for a movie, but here's the thing. This sequence, or at least part of Steve's backstory here in the monologue, it's either a lie of omission or just a straight up lie. A bit later in the movie, we see Malegosia send the Piglins to invade the overworld and attack the village where Steve and the others are staying. During the sequence, the group splits up, with Steve, Henry, and the Garbage Man being chased up the mountains. To escape, Steve reveals that he has 2 Elytra wingsuits, which allow them to glide away. He then slaps them on Henry, and the Garbage Man hops on Garrett's back.
And to get Elytra, you have to go into the end. And what kind of event and what kind of playthrough would you be able to go to the end before you even went to the Nether? Okay.
And the 3 fly away in one of the more creative action sequences in the movie. So, what's the issue? Well, hardcore Minecraft players probably already put this together, but for everyone else, given Steve's story in the intro here, there is no way he should have these Elytra wingsuits. See, in vanilla Minecraft, the Elytra are only found in one place, the end, in the treasure rooms of the crashed end ships. So, that means that for Steve to have these Elytra wings, he has to have been to the end already. This, in and of itself, actually has some pretty cool implications. Many players view getting to the end and defeating the dragon there as the goal of Minecraft, the end of it, so to speak. Each of the human characters in the film represent a different type of Minecraft player, with Steve very clearly representing the old school veterans who definitely would have beaten the game, so that's neat. But there's only one way to get to the end, and it doesn't line up with Steve's story. To get to the end, you need to find a stronghold in the overworld that has an end portal in it, and you need to place several Eyes of Ender in the portal to activate it. The only way to create an Eye of Ender is by combining an Ender Pearl with Blaze Powder, which you can only create by breaking down Blaze Rods, which only drop from Blaze mobs, which can only be found in Nether fortresses, which are only found in the Nether. You know, the place where Jack Black has implied that he's never been before and was being held prisoner in before the story really kicks off?
Okay, so there is possibly one way he could have gotten to the end before the Nether. And so, granted, without the ice, he would have had to come across the stronghold just on random chance. So, on top of that, if I remember correctly, like, it's a random chance that you can get anywhere between, like, 0 and 9 Eyes of Ender in the end portal when you find it. And if I remember correctly, I think it's like a 1 in a billion chance, something like that, 1 in a million or something, where you can spawn into a world with an end portal with 12 Eyes of Ender in it already being lit. It is an infinitesimally small chance, but it is possible. It is extremely rare, but it is possible. Actually, let me look up what the actual chances are. So I was actually wrong. It wasn't 1 in a billion, it was 1 in a trillion. So again, small chance, but not impossible.
So really, this means one of 2 things. Either 1, Steve went on a whole adventure we didn't see while trapped in the Nether, perhaps teaming up with General Chungus to find a Nether fortress, kill some blazes, find a stronghold, activate an end portal, get these Elytra, and then come back to the Piglin dungeon. Or 2, Steve lied. He had been to the Nether before all of this went down, got the blaze rods on his own, went to the end, all before the events of the movie take place. To me, that second option seems far more likely, enough so that I'd bet my diamond stash on it. Throughout the film, Steve is presented as a pretty unreliable narrator. That's actually a big part of his character arc, lying to the other characters so he can be reunited with Dennis the Wolf. So it's honestly not even too far-fetched. In fact, now that a Minecraft movie has become such a smash success, you just know the execs at Legendary and Warner Brothers are looking at this film and wondering how they can milk it. What sequels and spin-offs can they possibly get out of it? Well, there's one for you right there. A perfect Jack Black goes to the Nether and the end adventure they could make a Max TV series out of, or uses the basis for the sequel that you just know is happening. The only real thing left to figure out is just exactly how Jack Black is gonna say Eye of Ender. But hey, that's just a theory. A film theory. And cut. Up.
Oh god, honestly, again, all this stuff I'm seeing, I am this close to going and seeing the Minecraft movie, and hopefully at this point, since it's been out for a little while, theaters will be a little more calm, like, at least the audiences will be. Oh god. Again, I'm sticking with, like, the 1 in a trillion chance of Steve landing in a world with a completed end portal. Oh god, that would be such weird progression. Oh god. But yeah, that's definitely going to be it for now. So, of course, as always, original videos linked in the description if you haven't seen it for some reason. Corner video link to my Let's Play of the day. And yeah, I hope you guys liked. If you did, leave a like, subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.